I'm making this video to share an opportunity with you to be a part of one of my biggest projects ever. My name is Dennis Langley. Some of you know me as the host of the 5 Minute Bark podcast.
Here is Dennis Langley.
Some of you know me as the extreme sports BMX bike rider.
Dennis was the first rider from New England to elevate his riding level to be competitive with the best riders in the world.
Others have hired me as a coach.
Hey, Grant Cardone here on Ask the Pro, and every week I bring you somebody that is a professional in a particular vertical, and today I have Dennis Langley.
I've done a lot of things in my life, but this project right here that I've been working on for many years, which is a compilation of different things that all the different businesses that I've been a part of have finally come into one product, and I call it RankingMastery. This opportunity I want to share with you here today, I want to give you an example of how it works. It's basically helping people rank their websites top in Google. So for example, if you did a search for your business, say my business in Google, there's 10 spots that are available at the top of Google. And we're all fighting to get those spots. And how we do that is very critical. We can do several things like create great content, create blogs, create websites with all these keywords, create videos, questions, a number of different things to encourage the ranking of our products or services or our websites to be up in that top 10. So if you're not really quite sure or understand ranking in Google or understand the power or the value of a website, I want to explain it in this way to you. If you came into a town and you saw that it was growing and you found this beautiful lot of land, this dirt lot, and it was pretty central to where the downtown was being built, and you bought that dirt and you decided to put 10 homes on that parcel. So you divided it up and you built each home on there one by one, and that town began to grow. Okay, and then you started building those houses. Well, the same thing happens with Google. There are 10 ideal spots, we call those the high ranking spots for a search for your business, the things that people search for your business to find you. And of course, we want that opportunity to have those spots so we can sell our products and make a lot of money. It's very simple. Just like owning a home here in La Jolla, California, where I live, I bought my property, 20 years ago for now what we call peanuts, and now it's worth 4 or 5 times the value. But I bought that lot. Of course, it was a high risk. Well, I wouldn't say high risk. It was a risk that could go up, it could go down. The funny thing is I told my real estate agent if it went up $40,000, I would sell it right away. And before you know it, 4 months later, it was worth $40,000 more. So the same happens with our websites or our businesses in Google. These are no different than a land lot, but they're lots on the internet. And positioning yourself or purchasing, well, I guess you can't purchase them, but you can earn these top 10 spots by creating your website in a certain way that creates value. So as you build that product, as you build that website, there's different things you can do to it. For example, relating to a house, you can upgrade your kitchen. You can dial in your bathrooms, create a third story or a second story. You can do different things to add to that home on that dirt lot to make it more valuable. The same principles apply to your website. So for example, if you had a website and it started getting more traffic, now that you have that traffic, there's more automation that needs to be done. For example, maybe the leads come in through this form and then they go through an automated email process, or the purchasing is done right there on the website. They put their credit card information in and it offers the product, it sends it to your distribution, the product is shipped out, and they get an invoice right there. That's all done automatically. So you've invested in the equipment or the technology to make that website more valuable. So we got a kitchen over here that's really nice, and over here we got a really nice automated system that's built into your website. So I'm really trying to give you an example of the investment in your own website is no different than the investment in your home. Okay, it's a digital home, and over here is an actual physical structure. So of course, just like your home, you have maintenance, or the more time you put into it, the more love you put into it, the higher the value it becomes. And now that we understand that, okay, what does your website look like? Is it just another Wix or a WordPress website that you just built out of a template of some sort? Or is it something you've planned and you've put a foundation on this plot and you've built it up understanding that it's going to be an asset, not a liability? You know, we all rush out to buy a new car, maybe a new truck for our business, or maybe a new computer or a new something, material, and we realize that those assets are depreciating assets. In fact, they depreciate down to nothing. In fact, just the other day, I was going to buy an old mouse and keyboard for an old server I had that I do testing on, and I went into this very high-end real estate agency downtown La Jolla. I mean, to the finest of equipment and furniture, and they were deciding to go out of business or downscale. So they were literally taking desks and computers and flat screen TVs and all these different things and selling them for pennies on the dollar. A desk that would cost $5,000 I could pick up for $200. So do we call those appreciating assets or depreciating assets, right? So when you build a business, you're always trying to get appreciating assets. You're investing money into something that's going to gain in value versus lose in value. So my technology, RankingMastery, helps people build an asset, not a depreciating asset, a website that's going to be around forever. Another example is I own this extreme sports company several years ago. In fact, I started it in 1999. I sold it in 2013. But I started doing keyword placement. I started building web pages that were keying in on what my customers were searching back in 2008. One of the biggest determining factors in selling that company wasn't the ramps that we spent $70,000 on, not the contact list, not the phone number, but the website, because of the traffic and the positioning of it on Google. And of course, the automated tools that I had built into it became the highest priced asset in the sale of the company. Because without the website and without the automation, you now have to bring 4 or 5 people in to handle the logistics of the business. And obviously the sales calls and all that stuff, we didn't have calls. We just had automated emails coming in because of our placement in SEO. So it's 2019 right now, and that site is still ranking. All the work I did back in 2006, 7, 8 of building those 25 or 30 pages are still producing results for that company that I sold it to in 2013 years ago. So is that appreciating asset or a depreciating asset? Appreciating, depreciating, okay? Truck depreciates, desk depreciates. Although they're pretty and they're fun to have, they're great to sit at, they're great to drive in, they give us much pleasure. But the website lines our pockets with money. So I'm really trying to do some fundamental explanations here of how all of this works here. Now, some of you out there might be buying ads, okay? You maybe have a funnel where you're buying Facebook ads and Google ads, and you're using Instagram to gain traffic, which is an incredible thing. But if you're watching this right now, have you had good results? Well, some of you have, but most of you haven't. And because you realize that you built a funnel, you can maybe have the perfect funnel, but without the traffic, it's just sitting there, okay? So I'm not encouraging you to stop doing that. I'm encouraging you to now build an asset that works like a funnel, so to speak, that brings in the leads without having to pay for Facebook ads, without paying for Instagram ads. So we call this the, I don't know the word right now, but it's, so let's just take this, right? So right now you're spending, say, $10,000 a month on ads here, right? But here is your website. It's just sitting there. It's a lonely duck, and this, you've been feeding it. But if you eventually start putting investment in time, all right, and creating a more visible page on the internet, you can start spending less here and gaining here. And over time, you'll start spending less on ads, and all your leads will be coming in organically, okay? Be coming in from owning those 10 spots on Google. So me, in one of my new companies I just started, okay, I just started a new company. That one I sold in 2013, I had a 3-year non-compete. So I know the business inside and out. I know it like the back of my hand. It's free money to me. So I said, how can I get back in this business quickly and create a contact list and leads really quickly? So knowing these principles, right? Knowing that there's 10 lots on that, we'll say, a neighborhood, right? I need to own some of those lots. How can I own those lots? So obviously I can do the keyword thing. I know how to do all of that. I've done it before. But how can I own multiple lots? How can I own maybe 3 of the lots, 3 of the 10 lots? Okay. If you have one website, you can do that. But what if you have other assets? You can now rank higher in that. So you've had maybe 3 websites that have different rings of content that are related to that same thing, and you now own 3 of the top spots. Maybe some of you in case own 6 of the top spots. I've owned up to 7 spots in the top 10. So I've owned 7 houses in that neighborhood, and I essentially command the right to those leads. Okay, I have 7 chances. I have 7 needles in the haystack to get the opportunity to get that lead. All right, and they're all organic. They're not leads coming in from Facebook. They're not leads coming in from Instagram. I own those, and until somebody else is smarter, which is hard. A lot of people don't want to put the work in, unfortunately. I own those spots. In the case of my old company in 2008, they still command high rankings. And I'm going to be honest with you, it didn't take much time to create those pages. In fact, it would take maybe 2 or 3 or 4 hours to make each page, and I made 25 or 30 of them. And they yielded me over $1 million easily, probably 2 million, maybe 3 million, over a period of time that I just basically sat there and watched the leads come into my funnel. Okay. So what I'm sharing with you here today is the idea of owning real estate on the web. Can we get your business to rank in Google in the top 10? Can we, my seat's a little hot here. Can we get you those positions, and how can we do it? Well, it's pretty simple. You can create different assets like videos, content, blogs, make your website relevant to keyword search, make many pages, or you can use my technology. The technology I've created essentially takes the keywords. Okay, I talked about how I wanted to rank in Google, and I had this big accident happen that was, I thought, the end of my life, so to speak, at the time, became what I'm here talking about here today. I had decided that when I was going to create this business, that I wanted to accumulate as many leads as possible. And how can I do that? Well, I decided I would use this directory. I would create a directory of within my industry of all my competitors, and I would sell them the leads that came into this. And you're like, well, Dennis, why would you sell them your potential clients? Well, what I'm doing is I'm developing a real estate property that's far beyond everybody else, because they would be linking to my website. So I am now the control of all the leads for that industry, right? Not just for my specific bike show, but for clown shows and all different things that I did in this arena, this niche market. And I developed the technology. I worked on it for a few months, 5 or 6 months. And it was actually last year at this time, right around Christmas, I had started putting it all together, and I didn't really think it would be ranking in Google or Google would be indexing it. And I started getting emails, and I started getting calls and legal threats that you can't take my content and rank in Google. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Let me just touch the screen here because it's gonna. I'm like, I'm gonna give you a lead for $10 that you usually pay $150. So some people were really scared. They were threatened because the content that I had developed for them in this directory was ranking higher than their websites. So I remember sitting there in the shower one day going, oh my God, my life is over. I'm going to get sued. This was a bad idea. This is awful. And then I looked up and I said, well, this works. This works. If this algorithm and this technology I've created is ranking people, it works. So why don't I just take this and just do my own website with it? So I did one of my own websites with it, and sure enough, that the engine, I started developing it and tweaking it and doing some really cool things to it, and magic happened. I was literally able to create a website that would dynamically bring in, based on keywords, the certain products that I offered, the certain messages, the certain pricing, the certain testimonies. So for example, in this industry, it was a school assembly industry. So a bullying school assembly, it would bring in all my bullying videos, it would bring in all my bullying testimonies, all my pricing for that bullying show into one page and distribute it to Google. Google loved it because all the content was relevant. The videos were relevant, the testimonies were relevant, the content was relevant, the questions were relevant, everything was relevant. All that page was made the way Google wants it, because Google wants pages that are relevant and have real content based on that. Because when I search for a bullying school assembly, I want a bullying school assembly, and it was creating that. So this worked great for me, and I was like, well, if it works great for me, why wouldn't it work great for you? And that's where Ranking Mastery came. I had created this incredible platform that allows you to take all the different things, all the content you have, your testimonies, your videos, your podcasts. If you've been on podcasts, I can show you some really great things on how you can spin the podcast you've been on and literally put hundreds of web pages out there about your podcast related to your niche market that you're in. It's so incredible. So back to the opportunity. I have created Ranking Mastery. It's a product, a website builder. Similar to Wix, similar to ClickFunnels, similar to WordPress. You build your website in this. No hosting, no craziness. In fact, anybody can build a website on it because you don't have to have design skills. We design it for you. The system has specific designs that you choose, and it builds the page both for desktop and mobile automatically. It's so great. If you can write, this is great for you. If you know your business, this is great for you. If you have the idea of getting ranked in Google and you need some sort of help and guidance, this is for you, because we offer different webinars where we show you how to take this content and make it better. Make your kitchen better. Make your living room a more presentable place to live in. So Ranking Mastery is really incredible. And right now, we are launching this thing. We've launched it for the last 3 or 4 months. We've gone through beta. Our clients are in there. We've got a few clients in there working through it, and we're really having a good time. All the bugs have been kind of taken care of. But now we're looking to take on 25 premier clients that we're going to actually host and feature right on the front page of Ranking Mastery. We've got, I believe, 6 or 7 or 8 in there right now. We're going to take on a total of 25. And we're going to curate, we're going to coach you, we're going to curate you and take you through the process of being ranked high in Google and creating an incredible property. We're going to take that dirt lot that you currently have now. You might have like a Wix website in there or something really pretty that you kind of downloaded a template, but it's really just a pretty object. It's not really feeding Google what it needs. We're going to take that and we're going to help you. We're going to train you and show you how that has to be created, to then move up and build that house and own 1 or 2 or 3 of those lots in Google in your niche market. It's an incredible tool, and I use it. In fact, the pages on our site are all created in this technology, and the opportunity is available to 25 people. Today, if you're really interested, feel free to contact me. We can ask questions. I can take you through this personally. I hope this video kind of helped you understand it all. But today, till I believe the 5th of January, I believe is the deadline, we're taking on these 25 people, and it's costing $2,997. You can't even get a website built for that. And you get a lifetime subscription to our service, along with 1 extra license that you can actually sell 1 year later to recoup your entire $3,000. You get training, you get a lifetime license, and an additional license that's after 12 months is now resellable. In fact, we will put you, as soon as the 12 months comes up, so if you're the first person, your license will, if you want to sell that license or give it away to somebody, that's your choice. That license will be first in line. So whatever licenses we sell, those lifetimes, there's only gonna be 25 of them. We're not gonna go past that. 25 of these licenses, yours will be the first one to be sold. So when we sell it, yours is sold. So you don't even have to go sell it yourself. It'll be on our waiting list. So you'll have the ability to recoup your money 100%. plus you'll have your own license. Or you can just give that license away if you want to be really cool and give it to one of your clients, or you maybe use it for something else. That's up to you. This is an incredible opportunity, and I can tell you I am super excited, and what we've built is just beginning. I mean, we've really reinvented how a website can be built. It's so exciting. I'd love to show you more about it with a person one-to-one call or Skype. I can show you all about it and how it works. But today, right now, till January 5th, we're taking in 25 premier people that we're going to coach, because we want you on our front side. We want you on our front of our webpage so we can show you off to the world that how incredible our software works. It's one of those things like getting that opportunity to be a part of something. You're going to be a part of something new. You know, I've been fortunate enough to be a part of ClickFunnels as they grew their company, an incredible company. I had the awesome opportunity to be a part of being one of the first professional BMX freestylers to invent a sport and travel the world and get all the special treatment and compete at the highest levels. I've had many opportunities in my life, and I know they're a lifetime of experience. Yes, they get rocky. Yes, they're fun, but this is your chance to be a part of that. And you can contact me with the information below in this video, and let's get you started right away. Our team is waiting. We're onboarding people. We're taking them through the process and bringing in the content, bringing in what you have, coaching you through, and showing you how this amazing product will take you to the next level. I want to own those top spots in those niche markets in Google, and I hope you do too. My name is Dennis Langlace, again with Ranking Mastery. I look forward to talking to you further, because this is a really exciting opportunity, and there's only going to be 25. We can't give everybody, we can't give our thousands of clients that we're going to have in the future this level of attention to detail. Okay, we know that. You know you've signed up for software before or different things. You can't get this level of detail where you actually speak with the team physically. They get on the phone or get on a Skype with you and show you and help you, guide you to become the best, because we're going to showcase you. I just said it. We're going to be showcasing you on our website. So enough said. Enjoy your holidays. If you're watching this during the holiday season when I videotape this, if not, I look forward to chatting with you. Thank you.